YouTube. What's up, baby? You got some in your teeth, cuz. Go ahead. I don't know if they can see it. They probably can't see it. Don't even worry about it, but we'll get it later, okay? Yeah. So we just finished having dinner. Healthy dinner, that is. And it is paycheck time at Hansen and Adkins, okay? Got the little pay sheet here. We got our loads that we did for the week. Okay.
And I got this one.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing, bro. You gotta stay on cue. All right. If you're gonna help daddy, you gotta stay on cue, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, here, hold that for me.
Okay.
All right. So, for this week, we got paid gross, okay? Total gross was $915, okay?
Wow.
And 57 cents. That is completely accurate with what I wrote down on my load for gross pay, $915.57. Boom. So what we're gonna do is I wrote down the miles. I didn't do it for this week. I'm sorry. This week was kind of crazy. So the next couple of weeks may not be right. But so we got 1,173 miles. That's how many miles we drove for this week. We worked 58.5 hours, and we got paid $915.
And I got $80.
All right. Are you staying on cue, buddy?
Yeah.
You got $80 when you get $80?
I get $80 for money.
What you supposed to do with your money?
Save, invest, and break it.
Break it up into your budget and stuff, right? That's what you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, hold on. We're gonna just do this right here. We gotta do it. So you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna do the calculations, bro. We're gonna see about this local stuff. Okay. Now, mind you, this is my second week by myself. Third week, maybe fourth week. No. This week right here. This was like my second week. No, third week by myself. Okay. Yeah. So it's almost. I've been at this company for a while. So let's see. We got $915.57 divided by 1173. So that means we were paid 78 cents per mile if we were looking at that. But you know, it's not a cent per mile thing, it's a percentage. So I got paid 24% of the load, okay? So that's what 78, that's not bad, you know, as a company driver. And to make that kind of money and only drive 1,100 miles, it's not bad. So let's see, 58.5. Let's round that up to 59, right? So let's say, 915, 57 divided by 59 hours. That is, I made $15.51 an hour.
And I made $80.
How did you making this kind of money and you don't work? I don't know, but anyway, so that to me, that's not good. Okay, now again, I'm fresh, I'm new, I'm still learning, and I'm getting things going. Okay, but what it is you got to keep your trailer loaded, and sometimes because of my loading times, I don't take a lot of risks right now. So depending on how much time I have left on my clock, I may go load up for the next day, but sometimes, you don't want to get stuck and get caught. No, you don't want to get stuck with your clock and stuff. So I am getting faster. This week I was averaging about 2 hours to 2.5 hours every time I was loading. So that's not bad. But again, we're still learning. What are you doing, bro? That has nothing to do with getting paid. I don't get it, bro. So that's what it is. This next week, I think I will crack 1,000. I thought I was going to hit, the week started out great. I thought I was going to hit 13, 14, but I don't think we got that close. We might have got, about 1,100, but we getting there. But I drove a lot of miles, man. I'm going to have to look into that. So I didn't write the miles down, though. Don't worry about it. Next week, I'm going to be on it, bro. How much fuel I paid for. Well, I didn't pay for it. The company. I'm gonna see how much fuel that is, and the miles and hours and all that stuff next week. Next week, I know I said I wasn't gonna work the weekends, but he has basketball. And when is it? September, honey? When does his basketball start? September. So I'm going to work the weekends. Hopefully, I work enough hours during the week. I won't have enough hours to work on Saturday. So, or unless the wifey finds me an adult league, 35 and up, play some basketball, then, I ain't working on Saturdays. But we're still learning, man. The hotel situation is really messing me up. It's taking me out of my happy place a couple of times. But we're going to figure it out, okay? And I just got to see what I want to do. I know what I want to do. I know for a fact, until something changes, I want a super sleeper. I want an enclosed trailer. And I want Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Bugattis, all kinds of exotic cars in the trailer, okay? So if that's what I want, then I might need to make some changes. So we're just filling it out. We're trying to see what we want to do. If I do that, I got to go back OTR. And, the wife ain't really feeling that right now. So, I may have to do like I did when I first went OTR. Honey, if I go OTR, we'll go to Paris, or I'll take you to Mars or something like that. Some exotic vacations, I think should be okay. So we'll have to see. I'll talk to her about that. But yeah, that's what it is, man. I did 4 loads this week for this pay period. And I had 7 units, 7 units, 9 units, 7 units. So I think it was a total of 30 vehicles I moved this week. And I made off the vehicle, just moving the vehicles was $837. And then all the extra pay from, reloads and extra stops. I got to pay extra $78. Okay. I'm really doing this because I'm looking at it for the fact that when I get my own truck, so 4 mid-sized vehicles going to Bogart, Georgia. That's not far. 4 vehicles pay me $59 or $60, right? So I'm looking at that. Now, if I was an owner-operator, now knowing that I'm not going to get paid because I just do the basic. I just do whatever this number is times 4, right? So for those mid-size vehicles, I would get paid $240. Probably not that, minus deductions and all that stuff. But we're just saying gross. So I'll probably get paid $240 for those 4 mid-size cars. Then I got for trucks, 3 trucks, I got paid $49. That is just crazy. But I see the money is in the 3500s and up. So 35, I think 45 and 55 or something like that. So that's where the money is, because I was going maybe 50 miles and one 5500 was going to pay me $60. Okay, so if I can get 3 of those going 50 miles, that's some good pay. So yeah, with those 7 vehicles, I got paid $109. And that was from Lawrenceville, Georgia to Bogart, Georgia. Let me see. And that was only 1 stop. So let me see how far that was. Hold on. Let's see. Lawrenceville, Georgia to Bogart, Georgia. Oh, wow. So that was a total of 2,800 miles. So, okay, that ain't bad. So I drove 2,800 miles and they paid me $109. Again, if I was an owner operator for 2,800 or 28 miles, I would have got paid about $400. It's not bad. The next load was from Lawrenceville, Georgia to Gastonia, North Carolina. If anybody know about that load, shoot. Okay. Ooh, boy, that load right there, boy. Woo. So that load paid me a total of $311. Okay. I don't think, not including like all the extra stuff. So, and that had a couple of stops in there. Let me see. I had 2 stops. So a couple of stops. Let me see how far I drove. Lawrenceville, Georgia, to Gastonia, North Carolina. That is 196 miles, and I got paid $311. Now there was some stops in there, so I probably drove almost 200 plus miles. But the thing about this right here, this load wasn't a good load because I wasn't able to get a backhaul. So I drove maybe like 200 miles up, 200 miles back. So I drove a total of 400 miles for this load and only got paid $311. So that's not a good load. We gotta get there's some stuff up there in North Carolina I can get, but they didn't have any freight. The next one was West Point, Georgia, which I do not mind going to West Point, Georgia to pick up because they have a hotel. The Quality Inn right there is perfect. But so I went from West Point, Georgia. Let's see, West Point. Bless you, buddy.
Thank you.
West Point, Georgia, and I had 2 drops on that one. But West Point, Georgia to Evans. Let's see, Evans, Georgia. Let's see what I got here.
We're doing YouTube.
So I drove 216 miles, probably just a little bit over that, maybe 220, 230. And I got paid $257 for that load. And again, with that load, that's like outside of Augusta. I had to deadhead all the way back to Lawrenceville. So that added maybe another 90 miles. So almost 300 miles, and I got paid $257 for it. So you always want to try to get a backhaul, okay? If you're going to do something like that, you want to get some stuff paying, which I'm learning, okay? So, and then the last load is Lawrenceville. I don't know why I came out. Pause. Lawrenceville, Georgia to Opelika. I can't. I'll be messing. Opelika, Alabama. Okay. That was 133 miles, and I got paid $236. Okay. Now, okay. So this was a good load because that load, I went there, I got paid $236, which was good. The deadhead to the next place was probably like 20 miles. And then that's when I went from Opelika, whatever that, Alabama, to West Point, and then from West Point to Evans. So that sequence right there was a good sequence. We actually made some money, okay? Are you helping me? What you doing? What are you talking about? How much money you made last week?
80.
Bro, how does he keep making $80, bro? Well, okay, bro. But Daddy's struggling. Can I borrow some money?
Yes.
That's what's up, bro. With the
I
food
want to borrow some $80.
Crazy. But yeah, so that's this week, man. Next week I'll tell you guys what I made, but I won't have all the extra stuff, okay? So, like I said, all in all, man, I'm still learning. I'm getting there. Like this week right here that I'm recording this, my check gross will be over $1,000. So we'll see what I got for next week. Next week I need to, like I said, I'm going to work the whole from Monday to Saturday. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So that's what it is, man. You know, if you're thinking about it, you know, put your boy down for a reference. You know what I mean? I don't know what the referral bonus is, but put your boy down. But I will say, let me say this. Car hauling ain't for everybody. Okay. It is a different beast. People don't come out here thinking that you just going to come and be making money and it's going to be clicking and you're going to be loading up the trailer. You ain't going to be hitting stuff and all that. You got to be careful out here. Okay. Yeah. So, and I recommend before you come into car hauling, go work out. Okay. Get your body ready because it'll beat you up. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for today. Me and my little man's going to hang out. You see, he got the hair out. He got the curls, man. I'm be thinking about locking it up.
I do got the curls.
But anyway, we're going to get out of here. Okay. Life is simple.
Choose to be happy.
And if you ain't about that life,
you better get out of that truck. Go.
Gone.